Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Please just confirm if you can hear me. Just confirm if you can hear me. My name is Natasha Michelle, and I'd love to see where you're connecting from, or I can see Mike has just responded. I'd love to see the countries that are here. I'm currently speaking to you from South Africa. So please, can I see, you can just write the country that you are connecting from. I can see Tino from Zimbabwe. I can see Mac from France. Welcome, welcome, welcome to you all. So one of the reasons why we decided to say let's have a business meeting today is because we realized that we've been receiving a lot of questions about what it is that we do, and basically everything that we basically do in this business. How exactly are we making extra income? How exactly are we achieving it? I can see we've got Namibia in the house as well. That's amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I think you can all see my screen. So I'm going to just remove myself so that you can see clearly. But basically, one thing that I love to say is that the same God who gave you the business idea will also give you the clients, and it is not by chance that we are here tonight, and we are all here, to talk about business, to talk about money, which is something that I really find exciting and liberating, so I want to really welcome you and, thank you for your time, because I know that, it is absolutely, a sacrifice on your part, and I hope to add value as well to you today. So my name is Natasha Michelle. I'm a biochemist by profession and, a medical devices auditor and globally, as well as an entrepreneur. So one of the things that I really love is the fact that I'm a global business coach and active and successfully coaching people from different backgrounds of the country, in Southern Africa and in France as well. So it's been, an amazing journey. And I started my business last year. So, it's really hasn't been a long time, but the growth is definitely there. So I want you to be selfish, enough to say that, I'm here tonight, and what is it that matters most to me? What is it that I really, really, would say, if I could achieve these two things this year, it would really make me happy. It would really, relieve me of the anxiety that I have, or the stress, or just, get me out of depression, whatever it is, or it would mean so much to my family, for yourself and for your family. What is it that matters most to you? So the reason why I'm saying this is because, in life, we are all driven by what the core of us is, exactly what we can sacrifice. What is it that is worth sacrificing for? And for me, I would say that for me, it was basically, I come from a very poor background, and one thing that I always said is the fact that I've been there and I'm never going back. So whatever it is that I can do to make sure that my income can be sustainable, and I can have full control of my income, that is definitely what I'm going to be doing. So that is what I want you to look at. There's been a lot of changes around the world globally. There's a lot of things that are happening. Right now we're looking at statistics. Everybody's talking about mental health right now, and that is because people are working. You graduate sometimes, and there's not enough jobs for each and every graduate, or sometimes you get a job, but the environment is toxic. But because now you're an adult and you've got bills to pay, you don't have a choice but to actually stick it out and be able to actually go through it, because there's no other options. So in other cases, sometimes it could be your health, and you're saying, I need to do something about my health, or I need to do something, that is going to give me a comfortable life when I get into my old age, right? Or you're just looking for, something that is going to allow you to have time with your family, right? So this is what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight, and one thing that I always say is that if you're doing the same thing, from 2024 to 2025, and it didn't work last year, there's no way that it is going to work. It will just be a continuation of last year. So one of the answers that I found for myself, even nowadays, we don't even need to read books. There's a lot of things that are happening, a lot of people even on social media that are sharing their knowledge that, if you want to have control over your income, there is no other option outside of starting a business, because that is where you can decide how much you are worth and how much you want to make. Because unfortunately, in any other scenario, that means it's actually somebody else that has to decide how much your time is worth, right? So I'm part of Team Unstoppable Global. We're currently in over 15 countries, and including all the countries that are here tonight. We've got France, Zambia, Namibia, South Africa as well. So we are basically in global, and we're still growing. You actually see some of the statistics that we have. So our team mission is to show, coach, and support people from all walks of life. So it doesn't matter, what qualifications, where you ended in school, or where you are, or how you exceeded. What matters is what it is that you want to achieve to us, right? So basically, we assist and support you to start build a business from scratch, and starting with a low startup capital, because every business requires capital, but then how much of it can one get, right? So this is also on a part-time basis. So I'm a biochemist by profession. I work for a global company, and I'm doing my business part-time because I started my business because I just wanted, extra income. But however, it actually then, exceeded my expectations, because at the time I actually was also limiting my abilities. But I got to realize that the community that you put yourself in, and the people that you surround yourself with, they will also determine how far you can be able to go. So the other the things that we focus on are things like, we help you tick off your short-term goals, and obviously we also help you draft your long-term goals. So we actually do have trainings on goal setting, because it's not everyone that knows exactly how to write their goals, family, financial, business, all linked together, and the timelines of achieving in a realistic and smart way, right? So you receive training for all of those things. We also, for things like paying off debts, education funds for kids, global travel. So traveling is one of the reasons why we really love to allow people to just grow their businesses. And one of, as a well done package, basically, as a team, we actually make sure that people travel at least to a different country from where you're located, right? So from that, we also have what the business that I'm going to share with you today is Forever Living. You might know about the business, you might know good things or bad things, people that have succeeded or failed. It absolutely doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. I want you to have an open mind, a clean slate, for you to get the full information as it is, without any other ideology, basically, that one would have. So the business was founded in 1978, and it is still standing. That means we've been around for over 45, 47 years, by a gentleman called Rex Morgan. It's a USA company, but it is currently in 140 countries, including the countries mentioned tonight, right? So what does this mean to you when we say it's in 140 countries? For example, I'm based in South Africa, but today, through social media, Facebook, I actually managed to make sales in the UK. So I'll show you how all of this happens, and I was at work, by the way, and this was just, a message on Facebook to say, hey, I just saw your video. I saw this, where can I get it? I sent my link, my website link that you get for free anyway from Forever. And, they managed to say, okay, I made my purchase, and actually, I can't wait to receive my package tomorrow, because it depends with the logistics of the country. For some countries, it's 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, depending with the country, right? So the company is also debt free, meaning that it is not going anywhere. But one thing that I would absolutely say is that when I was looking for extra income, because I got to a point where I realized that, yes, I'm a professional. It's nice to walk around and say, I'm a scientist, I'm an auditor for medical devices, I do whatever, because it sounds fancy. But at the end of the day, it does not correlate with what it is that I have in my pocket, or what I had in my pocket at that particular time. So I then realized that, you can't live from paycheck to paycheck. And I also looked, at things like, studied, things like debt, when you're getting things on credit, to say, what do those interest rates really mean? And for me, it wasn't something that I was comfortable with, because what happens if I decide to say I want to take something on credit? I lose my job. That means I lose everything, right? So that is one of the things that made me decide to say, this is the business that I want to do. And also looking at the fact that, to be honest, I found myself in a position whereby my business is highly, it takes most of my time, right? So I didn't have time to actually open a traditional business where I need to go open a shop, or I need to, where everything depends on me, right? So you find that some of the, the leaders in the business, we've got Greg Morgan, the CEO, we've got Aiden. And one thing that I really love about the leadership of Forever is that they are so open-minded. They listen to everybody, and they're extremely humble. They are part of a team. So that is one of the things that I really love. So what makes Forever Living different? It's a network marketing business, yes. However, it is not a pyramid scheme. It is not a Ponzi scheme. We actually retail products. That is what we do, right? So there's a product involved, there's sales, there's profits, you calculate how you want to do it. There's a lot of training that is involved. And so basically, we've been in the business for over 46 years, and I'm currently 29. That means the business was there before me, it is there now, it will be there after me as well, right? So we're currently the largest grower in the world for aloe vera, basically, and that is the main ingredient that we use in all the products that we have. So you'll find that as you actually grow in your business, you will receive a free trip from Forever at a given point for you to go and just see the fields and where exactly the products come from that you are retailing around the globe. So as a scientist, one of the things that I value the most is the quality of products, because for me, that is something that is going into the human body, that it is going to make certain alterations, or rather, introduce certain, qualities and quantities of nutrients or whatever it is that it may carry, right? So the most important thing is to have a product that is of high quality and of a high standard, right? So you find that our products have been certified by multiple boards, scientific boards, and one of the, this actually is also good in a way, because also it's halal certified. Also, our products are purely organic. That means even if someone is vegetarian, they're able to take that as well. And there's a lot of things that are there. So it's really, especially when you're looking at the science factor. So for me, I've had the exposure of pharmaceuticals and also natural medicines, and a lot of things based on that, aspect. And one thing that I realized is that it is so crucial, especially now. COVID even made it so obvious, because if you have certain chronic diseases and you're not looking after your health, and you're struggling to find that balance within health wise for you to be able to be in a good shape, then it means you're susceptible to any other infections or viruses that can come up, right? So what is it that we do? Basically, what we do is we do four things, right? So we use the product. This is basically whereby you are saying, you know what, this is my business. Because remember, so you're not going to be employed by Forever. You're going to be a business owner registered under Forever, and you're able to operate in any of those 140 countries globally online. It doesn't mean you need to move to one country for you to be able to say, I want to operate. If, for example, if you're in France and you say, I want to operate in Germany, I've got a lot of people that I know in Germany, you can still grow your business in Germany from France, right? Or you can say, I'm in Southern Africa, or I'm in Africa, but I want to grow into the first world countries, which is what most of my business, that's where most of my business is. And you can still do that. You're not confined by where you're located because of the global aspect of the business, right? So you use the products. This means become your best own customer. And this is really, it's self-explanatory. So if, for example, you're in the clothing industry and we expect you to actually dress a certain way, look a certain way, because you are in the clothing industry, you are a brand ambassador for your business, right? So also you need to experience your product so that you can have the confidence to say, hey, this is my product, and this is how my product works, and be able to actually explain. So I'm not saying that you should try everything, because we've got over 200 products, but there are certain fast movers. For example, things like the aloe vera gel that is in yellow, right? That is for the digestive system. So what it does is that it actually totally cleanses your digestive system. It allows you to to just remove dirt and all these other things. And why is it important, and why is it the number one product? Because a lot of people have come to a realization point that as you get older, your digestive system becomes slow, you accumulate a certain level of dirt. It's not everything that comes out when you go to the bathroom. And from that, the aloe vera gel actually helps to clean your digestive system. Once your digestive system is clean, it means when you're eating healthy, you can actually absorb the nutrients fully of what it is that you're trying to take into your body, right? So this is the reason why it's the number one product, because anything else that you use to try and improve your body is definitely going to come through your diet. It's going to come through what you take in. And most of the time when it comes to toxin levels, you'd rather reduce the toxin levels inside before you can even apply things like skincare, because obviously that is a secondary issue that is coming out, right? So when you start using the products, you can share the products. This is whereby you're sharing with your friends, family, the people around you, right? To say, hey, I just started a business, or I just tried this product and this is what it did for me, right? So I basically use social media the most, because for me, for example, when I started the business, I didn't know anyone. I just moved into a certain part of South Africa. I didn't know anyone. I had no church, no gym, no circle of friends, nothing, right? So I decided to say, let me just use social media that everybody else is using. I mean, there's billions of people on social media, right? And from that, we then say develop at least 20 to 30 regular customers. So that is definitely not difficult, because you're looking at the people that you already know, and you're looking at social media platforms. There's so many things. And also, I'll show you that some of the activities that we do for you to actually develop that customer base. So from that, if you're looking at least making 500 euros, you can end on number two, that is just sharing the products. But if you decide that I want to make more out of this, then you can decide to say, let me share about the business also with certain people. For me, this is actually something that became a game changer for me, not just financially, but because I started thinking about it as a franchise, to say that if I can have business partners in each and every of those 140 countries, that would really make a difference. Because I mean, if you're also growing your business in other countries, it means you're making yourself immune to the economy that you're in as well, because you've got certain advantages that come from being exposed to different economies, right? And from that, one thing that I've really loved is the fact that this business, I always say it's a business of love, because when you're actually, for example, retailing the health products, people get better. It's nice when people come back and say, I was suffering from certain ailments, the products helped me. I now have a child, and we always laugh and call them baby aloes, right? And well, I started this business, you shared it with me. Now, I've got a young lady that I do business with, and she said to me, I only want one thing. I'm a single mom, and I just want to be able to live with my child. And in 3 months, when she managed to move into her apartment, for me, it was actually a really, an emotional, day for me to say that, the reason why she came here from the first day that we met is that she wants to be able to afford her own apartment and look after her child and get a nanny as well. And that is exactly what happened. So it's not just only about, retailing and the money that you make, but also the lives that you're going to change. So it actually gives you a sense of purpose as well, right? So from that, once you decide to say, okay, I want to start the business, Natasha, and this is going to be for me, this is what I want to do, and I need extra income. Because I mean, as long as you find yourself using the income that you have and you're in the negative, or you are using exactly what you get and you don't have savings of at least, let's say, 2,000 euros, then that means actually, you do need an extra income, because whatever income that you have is not going to change from, this month and next month drastically, right? So from that, those are the four things that we do. So we're actually able to do all of this because of the products that we have. There's a wide range of products that we have. So we've got the drinks, that those are for the digestive system, things like the aloe vera gel, the berry nectar, specifically for the reproductive system, aloe peaches for people that suffer with low appetite and the like. It's also very good for children. And then we've got cardio health, for active lifestyles. We also have fit programs like the C9 and the F15 that you can see in the boxes. This is actually one of the number one sellers globally because it's for weight loss. I mean, how many of us online here go on social media every day and you see someone posting their weight loss journey? I mean, you can just put in the chat, to say me. And it's something that we see every single day. But look, not everybody is going to be able to afford to go in for surgery, or to get a gastric sleeve, or whatever it is that that solution that could cater to them. So you actually now have a natural option for them, that someone else could actually say, let me save this month and I want to get this in the next 9 days, and then I can be able to start my weight loss journey with you. So you actually find yourself in a position that you have products that people actually need. And looking at the fact that Forever has been around for so many years, I find myself in certain positions where people actually ask me directly to say, I want the following, when I didn't share anything. Because by virtue of them saying that, oh, you actually have access to Forever Living products, I need the following, because the products have been around for so many years. It's just the trust is already there, which is one of the biggest advantages that are there. Because, for example, let's say you want to start a different company from scratch, you need to figure out the pricing yourself, the strategy, the marketing, the sales. What exactly do you need training on? You're going to need to actually also then need to market your brand and get to a point whereby you are known, right? And to what extent, how long would it take you to get to a point where you can say, I'm now known globally, and my brand and my product, whatever, or service that I offer is trusted globally, right? Obviously, that will take some years. It will take a lot of capital as well, for you to get to that point. So this is why I decided to say, forever is the best option in this case, especially for people that are highly active, and you've got a lot of things that are going on in your life. It's something that you can do from your phone, right? So from that, I just want to show you the market share of this product. So as you can see, the weight management is currently contributes $586 billion globally. So, I mean, that's a lot of money, right? That shows you how much of a demand is there for weight loss, right? And then followed by things like the supplements for aloe vera gel, which is 194 billion. We also have skincare, 315. So when I saw this and I was in a meeting similar to you, I immediately told myself that, look, I'm definitely going to retail weight loss and skincare because it's got the highest demand, right? But I'm not saying I don't retail everything else like men's grooming, sports and nutrition. If people do ask me for it, I give them. But my main focus is weight management and skincare. That is the brand that I then decided to build for myself. So you can then decide to say, what is it that you want to do? And you find that, when it comes to say, do the products even work? Yes, they do. Right? This is Veronica Kundia. She's a computer science engineer, and she actually decided she was already in the business, but due to the natural nature of life as a woman, sometimes after childbearing you gain 30 to 40% of your initial weight each time you have a child. So she got to the age of 29 and she found herself in a position whereby she'd gained weight, and obviously gaining weight comes with certain diseases as well. It attracts certain diseases, which meant, and she went to visit the doctor, and the doctor told her, what, from the looks of it, you've got diabetes, high blood pressure issues, and all these other things that came with it. So she decided to say, look, I have access to the weight loss products in my business. Let me then take that. Right? So she decided to use herself as a brand and document her weight loss program. Right now, she's got business in over 15 countries based on just weight loss. She's actually a full-time stay-at-home mom that currently makes, right now, she just moved. She's from Tanzania and she moved to South Africa. She moved the family to South Africa. And I just want to calculate for you that she currently makes what in South Africa is 3.5 million rands per year, which is, I just want to see in euros how much that is. Okay, so that's about 181,000, right? So that's a lot of money for someone that is a full-time stay-at-home mom, and she recently bought herself an apartment from, there's another income that you'll see, there's 5 streams of income in Forever. So these are some of the, skincare changes, for example, for people using, there's weight loss here for both men and women. So there's a lot of things, right? So building a successful business means that you're going to try to use the products retail and introduce the business, share the business as well with other people. So I'm going to show you an example of what we do, basically the minimum that you can do for your business, right? I don't know if you guys are here. So we're talking about, I'm showing you the money now. And, so in this case, let's say for the number one product, which is going to be the aloe vera gel itself, that means if you sell one bottle, we're talking about net profit, right? You're going to make 8.39 euros from one bottle. Then let's say you decide to say 2 bottles per day, that's 16.78 euros, right? And looking at the fact that this is a business 5 days a week, if this is your sales target, that's 83.9 euros, right? In 4 weeks, that is 335 euros per month, right? Just on the sales. Then you say, okay, let me decide to share the business with at least one person. Forever will pay you 80 euros, right? To say thank you for actually sharing about our business. And in that case also, if you're someone that has just started the business, there's what we call an assistant supervisor, right? In the marketing plan of Forever, the entry level in the system is called assistant supervisor, right? That means that the business is also going to say, look, Lucy just joined the business. Therefore, the system is recognizing as an assistant supervisor. Therefore, she's also due for another 5% boost bonus, right? So that means that this is around 481 euros per month. So who here would actually benefit from at least 481 euros, extra income? So for Namibia, this is basically 10,000 Namibian dollars. For Zimbabwe, this is around 500 US dollars, right? So I'm looking at the chat. Who would say, for me, this would actually be, beneficial? For me, when I looked at it, it meant that I could top up my electricity, top up transport, have, a little bit of extra cash for the things that I would love to do, right? So, I mean, honestly, and this is the minimum. And there's what we call case credits in the system of Forever, as you can see on the right. So basically, this is all these activities and sales, they add up to what we call 6.8 case credits, 6.08. So each product has a certain amount of case credits that are allocated to it in the Forever Living system. I'll show you, right? So that means that if we decide that all of us, we are going to retail 2 aloe vera gels in France, in Zimbabwe, in Namibia, in South Africa, we all have the same case credit. So why is this important? There's certain things, these case credits actually accumulate for you to, when you're moving up in the marketing plan of Forever, and also they actually accumulate as well when it comes to things like, you're going to see there's car plans, and all these other things that come into play. Right? So on average, a lot of people do target to at least, get 10 case credits per month. That means already you're now looking at almost 800 euros, right? So there's a lot of money basically to be made. It all just depends with you and how much you really want it and how much you need for your goals. So who are your customers? You've got a lot of people that want to lose weight. You also have people that love their skin. You've got people that are trying to find ways to live a healthy lifestyle. You also have people that are looking for, healthy ways to give nutrients for their kids, and also people that actually have health challenges as well, and they're looking for natural solutions, or some people that just want to look and feel better. And this is something this is where I personally fell in. So I actually used to buy Forever Living products before I started the business, but one thing that made me decide to say, let me start the business also, is because I loved the products. They were working for me. It's because I had started gaining weight. And when I gained the weight, I didn't feel like myself. I felt heavy, and I'm very short. When you guys get to see me in person, I'm a very short person. So I did not feel comfortable. And sometimes when you wear your clothes and you look at yourself and you do not feel proud or comfortable with what you see, so these are some of your, potential customers in this case. So how we sell the products, basically, we start with the people that you know. We also have face-to-face conversations as well about products. We also do what we call group product launches. This is where we assist you to launch your business. Like any other business, you actually launch your business where you showcase your products and what you have, right? And then we also have a lot of marketing tools that we'll be sharing with you as well. And we also do health talks. Myself, I do health talks, women's health, men's health, and also just health for the general family. So this is where I talk basically to give people an understanding of how human physiology works, and then also what exactly you can take into your body for you to actually allow your body to thrive, because your body has self-healing properties, but you have to give it the nutrients to actually act and work with, right? So we also have marketing on social media. So basically, when you start the business, you're starting the business as an assistant supervisor, and as you accumulate, that's a 2 case credits purchase, and then as you actually then grow your business, your case credits accumulate in 2 months. If you've managed to get 25 case credits, the system moves you to what we call a supervisor in the business. So I basically made over 800 euros as an assistant supervisor, which is what's expected for a supervisor level. So what does this mean? It means that you decide your own income. It doesn't matter that you just started, you can still achieve the finances that you want. It's up to you, because what we have is the minimum. So the goal that we have in 2025 is to hold your hand as you grow your business to a point where you get to manager, right? What we call manager. At manager level, that means you're making a profit of 48%. By the way, if you decide to say, I want to start my business today, you get registered, and you're in the system, your account is going to be activated in 24 to 48 hours. That means from then, you're going to be liable to a 30% profit for each and every single thing that you do in the system, or rather any sale, direct face-to-face sale, or if you decide to use a website, that means 30% of that retail value is sent to you, right? So I think 30% in a business is a lot, right? And let alone as you grow your business, supervisor, you're 38% profit, assistant manager, 43%, manager, 48%. You're literally almost splitting half and half with Forever, who actually still have to figure out the logistics on your behalf, right? So a manager basically makes 2,200 euros. In Namibia, that is 43,000 Namibian dollars. And then in Zimbabwe, in US dollars, is 2,300 US dollars. Right? So I mean, this is a lot of money. I don't know anyone here that is saying right now when I'm talking about this that an extra 2,200 euros would make a difference in my life. I don't know about you guys, but for me it was a lot, right? It's currently more than what I even earned in my job. So for me, this actually then showed me that this is the future when it comes to finances, right? Can you guys still hear me? You can just text in the chat. So there's also what we call leadership income. So for example, you become a manager, you're making that 2,200 euros or 2,300 US dollars. In that case, you are able to actually assist other people. I personally have 3 people this year that said, I need you to help me to get to manager. So we work together and we walk, the journey together, and we assist. For example, tonight I'm actually doing this presentation on behalf of Joselyne from France, right? So you'll find that we actually support each other. You're not going to be alone. It's a business you do for yourself, but you actually don't have to be alone at any given point, right? So once you are a manager in the business, you're making your 2,200 euros. In that case, you know how to become a manager, so you can assist other people as well. And in that case, Forever then says thank you. These are the cells that were brought in by Tino, for example, in green, right? So because Tino, is now a manager, and Mac is the one that brought in, Tino into the business, we are actually going to give you 6% of that retail value to say thank you. This is, and then Tino herself is going to actually make that 43,000 Namibian dollars in this case, or 2,200 euros. So it's really amazing to get to see the things that you can be able to achieve. And also, how many of us here are saying 2025, I need to at least purchase a car? How many of us are saying that? For me, for myself, definitely it's part of my goals for the year to definitely get a Merc. So what is it? Like, if you can just put it in the chat to say, I'm looking at buying, the type of car that you want to purchase. So the reason why we have this incentive is because Forever decided to say that, look, the things that get people into debt the most is trying to purchase a car. And cars normally you pay in a space of 2 to 3 years. And then also, or people that are trying to get a house, right? So in that case, there's what we call the Forever to Drive. This is whereby you get 384 euros to 768 euros per month for the next 3 years. This is basically 400 to 800 US dollars, right? So I mean, this is a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money for you to be able to put towards a car. You're not forced to get a car with this money. You will receive an email with the documentation to say you have qualified for this. If you want to use it to go and get a car on terms, that is up to you. If you want to just receive it in your account, and some people put it towards clearing their student loans. Some people, they put it aside for their kids, for student funds, studying funds. Some people use it to pay off debts, or you just use it as spending money. Whatever you decide, it is completely up to you. But we actually also do teach a lot of financial literacy for you to be able to manage your finances in such a way that you do everything cash, right? So in this case, with Forever to Drive, that means you can earn about 384 to 697 euros per month towards a car. So obviously, because of this, it's a lot of money. That means when you qualify for level 1, and this is in a 3-month period. So we have had people, for example, you start your business in January, you close supervisor by February, then that means by April, you're now a manager. While you're qualifying for a manager, it actually adds up to the Forever to Drive. That means you can qualify Forever to Drive by May, June, right? In that case, that means now you've actually added an extra income again on top of that, right? So that means you can qualify for 13,000 euros in this case, or you can qualify for 20,700, or you can also qualify for level 3. So this is something whereby it's not a once-off qualification, or 27,000 euros, right? 27.6 thousand. So it's not a once-off qualification whereby, for example, once you qualify for level 1, that's it. No, you can be in a position whereby you qualify for level 1, but then your case credits are accumulating for you and your entire, team, or whatever it is that you're doing yourselves, right, in the business, and it's actually increasing. And then you can, in the next quarter, qualify for example level 2. So once you qualify for level 2, that means you're now getting that 384 plus 575, right? So this is something that we teach you to say, okay, this is what you do. And in the past 2 months, we've had 6 ladies that qualified for 7 car plan qualifiers. Actually, there's actually another one here. She qualified for level 2. So it's a 3 months qualification, but you can do it even in 2 months. So in this case, they did it in 2 months, right? So I want you to be able to understand that, this is something that you can do. So the question is, what is it that you want to get? So you see the gentleman with the yellow vehicle, he actually did not start this business. His wife started, his name is Mr. Mbata. His wife started the business. And one of the advantages of this business is the fact that it can be inherited by somebody else. It's willable, right? So she willed the business to her husband, and unfortunately, she passed away. And then after she was gone, her husband continued the business from where she left off. There's income that had actually been bouncing to her account, which was paid off completely to him. Him and the family, they got a fully paid trip because she had qualified for a trip to Thailand. Then Forever extended it to him and all the other kids as well. So I mean, it's amazing to work for a company that is like this. Say obviously, because the income is a lot, people get to qualify a lot. So the question that we always say is, what is it that drives you? And some of these people at the bottom, they are students, right, that have actually managed to get to to achieve all of this. And they're actually not just paying their tuition, especially the last 3 at the bottom. They are paying their tuition, they're supporting their families, and they've actually managed to purchase a vehicle. So this business is not something small. It is not a fly by night. This is actually Wilbert Malia. His business, he focuses on the youth, and he has done so much, and he's a very young gentleman. And it's really amazing to get to see people achieving all of this. And I mean, honestly, if you actually get to a point also, for example, you've qualified, you purchased your car this year, we don't expect you to keep purchasing cars. This is where we start helping you to say, get into real estate, either get Airbnbs or buy apartments or actually build a home, right? So we actually then get into real estate as well. So you find that a lot of the people in the business, sometimes the conversations that you're going to be exposed to are not about necessarily Forever Living, but other investment opportunities of what it is that we're doing. Like someone will tell you that I have an Airbnb. Like right now, most of the trips that we have are to Dubai, because Dubai allows you, even if you're from a different country, to come and buy property, as long as you have certain incomes that you're directing there. So I mean, it's a business whereby you are able to do so much. This is Enosa and Dr. Elizabeth, Salema. And one thing that I loved about this couple is that, I'm not going to even lie to you. I might not be presenting a business that, it's not like you woke up and you said, wow, I hope that I'm going to start a business with Forever Living in a network marketing business. But especially for me, coming from the background that I'm in, in the science field, where everybody is pompous about their, what their qualifications, but they don't have money. So when I then saw this couple, this lady, she's a medical doctor, right? Her husband is a computer science engineer. So I said to them, and they're based in Tanzania, and I said, how is it possible that, the 2 salaries of a medical doctor and the computer science, I mean, the computer scientists right now, they are on demand, right? The salaries of the both of you would have given you a decent lifestyle for you and your children. And one thing that Elizabeth said is the fact that we had to be honest with ourselves, that a salary can never give us the lifestyle that we want. So they decided that they're going to do this business together. And this is the home that they currently have for their family, amongst other properties that they're actually now renting out as well. This is Veronica Kundia. She's a computer science, engineer, scientist by profession, and she managed to purchase this car at the age of 28, right? So And this was cash for 93,000 US dollars. So I mean, guys, there is so much. If it is the experiences that you're looking for, there's a lot of traveling that is there. And it's not just about us working, but to also then take time to actually live. I always say we only have one life to live, so we have to live it to the fullest, right? So this is something that I personally love, because I feel like also when you are, the more you travel, the more you actually get to be exposed to greater things. It opens up your mind, because I'm one person that grew up in a very, small township, whereby, if someone had a 2 bedroom or, 2 bedroom house, then I mean, they've made it. But the more you travel and you get to see certain infrastructures, you get to see certain cars, you get to see that you see that there is so much to achieve, right? So we also have what we call global rally. And it's always at a different exotic location every year. The qualification period is from January to December, so you're actually here at the right time, right? So you find that from there, this is where Forever says, look, you've been making this money throughout, your journey. How, now we want to share, the other process that, it's more like a shareholders, investment return. So we want to share, because of what you've managed to achieve, we want to share with you, about the profits, and this is how much you qualify for. I mean, it's insane money. And this always happens. It's in March each and every year. So, for example, if you qualify for this year, you're going to receive a traveling invite for you and your plus one for next year in March, and you can be able to attend and actually receive your money as well. So your money comes in US dollars. Then the receiving account, if it's a euro account, then the money will be automatically converted to euros or Namibian dollars or US dollars, depending with the country that you're in, right? So that is basically what it is. And, it's really amazing to get to see what you can be able to achieve. I don't know what, if you have any questions, feel free to also put them in the chat. So from there, right now, we currently have the current global rally that is going to be in Paris from the 29th of April to the 4th of May. So I look forward to seeing you, Mac. And, it's amazing. We've got so many, I love to say that this is a business where ordinary people get to achieve extraordinary results. As long as you have more than an hour of screen time, you can be able to do this business, right? So these are some of the people that have achieved, and got a free, ticket for them to be able to go to Paris, which I think is absolutely amazing. Humphrey is actually a student in Zambia, and he's currently building his business. He's qualifying for travels, he's studying, he's looking after you, supporting his family. So I mean, there is so much that you can be able to do. Anastasia, she actually said, I'm currently working in a different foreign country, but I want to be able to have something for my family, because at the moment I feel like, I'm just, managing to pay certain things on a month-to-month basis. But what is it that I leave for my family? While she's working on that, she's qualified to go to Paris as well, right? So you find that we also have, people like Wimbai, Hida, all these people that have actually qualified as well to go. So if all these people are able to do it, that means you can also do it as well, right? We have Mariana Hilarious on the right. Mariana is actually a nurse by profession, and nurses, we all know that that is a full hands-on job. So for a nurse to be able to juggle, their full hands-on job and be able to actually qualify for all these things, she renovated her mother's house last year. She managed to purchase herself a property. She changed her car and all these things. I mean, that means you can also do it, right? So in this case, we also have, what we call Ego Managers Retreats. This is where you travel to an exotic, it's just literally just to have fun. It's a trip that you qualify for plus your plus one. We currently had, we also have Phuket that is coming up in September. All of these people have already qualified, right? Some of these people that qualified here, they actually hadn't been in the business for more than 4 months, and yet they qualified to travel. This is the Miracle Garden in Dubai, so I mean, Las Vegas, Disneyland, be that person that can actually be able to say, I'm going to take my family, I'm going to take people with me for me to actually travel with and go through, this experience, the benefits of my business with them, right? So from the chairman's bonus, this is where you're actually getting your share, profit share as well from Forever. You can qualify for level 1, level 2, level 3. These are some of the people that have qualified, right? So I mean, it's really, really up to you and what it is that you want to achieve for yourself, right? So I'm going to quickly request to unmute Joselyne. Okay, great. Hi, Joselyne.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you so much. Joselyne is based in France, so I'll just love for you to share with us, to say what made you decide to say, I want to join the business, I want to start my business, and I know you got to know about the business from Instagram, so I'd love to just know that part from you.
Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so actually, like you just said, my name is Matchum Jocelyn. And now I'm based in France. So I've been following Veronica like 2 years, I think. And I was seeing what she do, and I was asking myself, what does that's the lady do for living, because I saw her for always traveling with a yellow bottle. So I was very curious, and I just sent her a message just for exchanging to know how they work, how how can I join. So and that's how I know I just discovered this business, and it's an amazing business, guys. So now I get a experience, like I can coach people. I get to connect with the people from from different let's say from different Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And like you can see for this picture, I have joined what we call Success Day in a business. And this young boy, you can see he's now successful in our business, and he had just achieved many things. Uh, if you can check on his Instagram, you can see he's a millionaire now. And this is because he decided to join this business. So why did I decide to join this business? Actually, all of us, we know that we are looking for extra income beside our salary, and I can't I can't count only with my salary. So with all the charge, for example, like here, for renting an apartment you pay almost 1,000 euro. It's a huge. So with your salary only, and with the ambition that I have, I saw that it can't match, that it wasn't enough. So I decided to join this business. And the most thing, that the beautiful achievement is when you dare to dream big, and this business, I saw the impossible become possible, step by step, action by action. And the thing that I love in this business, you don't walk alone. You don't work alone to achieve all successful. All the people that my partner Natasha showed you, they work as a team. We work as a team. We make a goal. We make a strategy, how we can put in action, so that where this business actually, guys, it's a once I talk this business, I don't get enough word that I can use, because the ordinary people, they become extraordinary in our business. So don't look your background, or don't stay in your past. Don't judge by yourself, or don't say that you are not enough. No, you are enough. Once you decide to join this team, you will become extraordinary like us. We were ordinary, but now we are extraordinary because of our business. And what I love in our business, you will not only benefit for only, getting a profit. No, you will get, you will get to use the product. Like you can see on, before I used to have the acne. I used to have the darkness on my face, but now they have gone, because what? I have discovered the product. And that's what I love in our business. Once once you recommend the product that you believe in yourself, that you have used, you have it testified by yourself. Actually, you will not be afraid for inviting people to join your business or to use the product because those products will impact your life so that you too you can impact the other people's lives. And so what we don't say that you will start tomorrow or you will start don't postpone your plan, okay? Because actually live a full life when you will die empty without leaving anything, say without regret, say I could the do that, I could have give that. No, just stay, build a legacy. That way a legacy you can leave to your family. That's what I love in this business. And guys, another thing that I love in this business, it's traveling. I'm someone who love traveling, discover different place. But once it's a company that give you, they say you did well, you did enough, you did your business in a good as your business, you guys. So we give you as a thankful a full paid trip. You can travel and like this year, the people that we came here in Paris, guys. So I can't wait to meet you in person, and it's possible. Don't put a limit. There is no limit in this business. It's not like the other company that you are working in right now. No, in this business, they don't put limit. You are the one who will put limit by yourself. You choose to be, once you choose to decide to join this business and to become your own boss, you fix your own strategy, you fix your own rule. So if you love traveling,
Absolutely.
you will work for it. No one is going to work for you. No one is going to save you. You have to save by yourself, guys. Because in this world, especially once you are a lady, it's very difficult once you are poor. So just work for against that poor. And that's the reason why I don't want to be poor. Or I'm not poor, but I want to become a millionaire, guys. And I want to become an independent woman where I can take myself to those fancy restaurants where I can pay without saying, I didn't pay my rent. I didn't. No, where I can give all this thing that I love. That's the reason why I joined this business. And once you decide to join this business, you will see it. You will testify by yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Josie. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
In this really nice, that this is the reason why I was saying that, when it comes to where you are, it is not a limitation because, for example, Josie's in France, I'm in South Africa, but yet we are still able to work together. We're still able to push for what it is that we need to achieve and push our goals. So I'm so excited to see it, Manager Josie, and getting more traveling opportunities as well. So I'm going to just quickly explain what Forever is and what it is not. So it is a network marketing business, yes, and we create extra income by selling our high quality products. And we also, a lot of people get involved for, one of the main four reasons, which is financial liberation, just for certain, personal health ailments as well, flexibility, and also just for the products as well. So flexibility, we're talking about the fact that, for example, sometimes I finish work very late, but I'm still able to do my business online. I'm still able to do something. And there's a lot of technology aspects that we're looking into. There's a lot of AI opportunities now, where your business can actually run in the background while you're doing other things. So Forever is not a job. You are not going to be employed by Forever. You're going to be a business owner that is registered under Forever, right? So in this case, this lady, her name is Tangi Pena. She used to be a teacher in Namibia, and then she decided for herself that, what, I want to be, I want more. And in this case, for her, it's not because there was anything wrong with being a teacher, but she was just not passionate about it. So sometimes in life, there are a lot of things that happen, and you find yourself now on a career path that is not necessarily of, your first choice. So she decided to say, let me just try this business. She got to know about the business through Instagram, and she decided to start her business. And right now she is actually one of the top managers in the business in less than 24 months in the business. In the first year, she was already the top supervisor. She'd also closed manager. She had actually quit her job as well. She was now doing the business full time. She had also, started traveling. So I mean, this is her on TV, explaining her journey. And there's so many things that are there that you can be able to experience, so many things that you can be able to achieve. So how you get started: you purchase your first stock, you submit your signed application form, and a copy of your identity and your bank letter for all the other, because remember I spoke about money that needs to be paid into your account. So there's so many things that you can do. Or you can decide to say, I'm not so sure. Then in that case, you can register as a preferred customer and just try out the product, right? So there's so many options that are there, but I would definitely go for option A, because it actually means financial liberation. Anyone can be part of Forever, anyone can join. And if it is working for all of us, it would definitely work for you. You just need to take it seriously. Like any other new venture, time and effort is required. Commit to yourself and the goals and objectives that you want. That's why at the beginning of the presentation I said, what is it that matters most to you? Because that is what you need to work for, not for Unstoppable Global. Your work is not going to benefit the next person. It's going to benefit you and your dreams and your goals that you've set for yourself and for your family, right? So in this case, when you're talking about, just the statistics of Unstoppable Global, and why I'm saying it's going to work for you: in the past 2 months, we've had 700 new people that joined the community, 38 brand new supervisors. These are people that are making at least €1,000, and 7 brand new managers. These are people making 2.3, right? And in this case, 10 brand new assistant managers. That means you're making almost €2,000 as well. And then we have what we call 300 4CC qualifiers, all these case credits, 7 car plan qualifiers. This is in the last 60 days, December and November and December. I mean, November and December, right? Of which December is a time where a lot of people, were relaxing, for the festival season and all these other things. But a lot was actually happening, and a total of 21 people flying to Paris in France, right? So I mean, it's really amazing. And if you're currently right now in France or wherever you're located, you will be traveling to a different country. So I always say that, I grew up in a very poor background, but I've never believed that, my background is going to define how far I can go. So I believe, like as Zig said, that poor is actually passing over opportunities repeatedly. It is about what you decide to see and ignore, and not take charge or take a risk on yourself, or just take the chance, to say, what if I make it? A lot of the times we always ask ourselves, what if it's a scam? What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out for me? But what about if you ask yourself the right questions? What if it works out for me? What if I succeed in this? So that is what I want to encourage you today. Allow yourself to look forward, and I look forward to welcoming you into our Forever family, and definitely seeing you in person, and getting to get to know you better, get to understand your goals, and achieving them as well.